صلى مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. يا نبي سلام عليك، يا رسول سلام عليك، يا حبيب سلام عليك، صلوات الله عليك. صل على النبي وتبسم، ده النبي تبسم وتبسم، ده النبي تبسم. اللهم صل عليه. قلبي المتيم كلما صلى مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. يا نبي سلام عليك، يا رسول سلام عليك، يا حبيب سلام عليك، صلوات الله عليك. صل على النبي وتبسم، ده النبي تبسم وتبسم، ده النبي تبسم. اللهم صل عليه. قلبي المتيم كلما صلى مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. يا نبي سلام عليك، يا رسول سلام عليك، يا حبيب سلام عليك، صلوات
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum, and a very good session to all. Thank you for joining this session on How is Your Tajwid. Let us recite Al-Fatiha first to begin our session tonight. Alhamdulillah, we managed to continue with our session for this session number 13. We're going to focus on Hukum, Mimati, and Tanwin. So far from the past 12 session, we already covered Hukum, Nun Mati, and Tanwin. A lot of Hukum and Hukum Mat. And after that, we cover Hukum on Qalqalah. Inshallah, for today, we're going to finish with our Hukum on the common Hukum Tajwid in when we recite Al-Quran, which is Hukum Mimati and its relation Hukum. So with that, I would like to invite our regular Tajwid sharer, Brother Idlan, to share with us regarding Hukum Mim. mati and its related hukum. Thank you very much, Brother Idlan.
Ya, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay. So for today, we're gonna hear about the hukum mim sakinah, or in Malay we call mim mati. I hope everyone can see this slide. Okay, so first, like I said before, Tajwid in English we follow riwayat Hafs Asim, and Muslim, Mukallaf Muslim is obligated to learn Tajwid. And then for this session, we will learn about the mim sakinah. In Malay we call mim mati, and it is actually quite a lot in the Quran, because yeah, I think even in like maybe every page we might see this hukum. Okay, so mim sakinah occur when there is mim sakinah or mim mati mid with any of the 28 letter of uh 28 letter in Quran. Okay, so this one is not include like tanwin, because tanwin is for nun sakinah only. So for mim sakinah, it is only when mim sakinah, or in Malay we call mim mati or mim sukun, meet with any of the letter. So actually we can divide it into three hukum, which is ikhfa shafawi, idgham shafawi, and idhar shafawi. So why uh, I explain all of this in one session, because it is actually quite simple for mim sakinah, because even though it have three hukum, but the first two hukum only include one letter only. So which mean ikhfa shafawi one letter, idgham shafawi one letter, and idhar shafawi the other 26 letter. So that's why I include in one session, and I think it might be easier for us to understand and remember better if we explain it in like both three, so we can help us to remember, and we can understand better the difference between these three. Okay, so if we notice, they actually have the almost the same name with the nun sakinah, which is ikhfa. In sakinah we have ikhfa hakiki, right? And then for idgham we have idgham al-ghunna and idgham bila ghunna. But this one we have idgham shafawi. And for idhar, for example, for nun sakinah we have idhar halki, but here we have idhar shafawi. And actually, I can say that uh, the name itself have its role, because ikhfa, which means that like ikhfa shafawi, there is like dengung. For idgham, actually it's almost the same, because actually like we inserted the first letter with the next letter, and for idhar, the meaning itself is like we read it clearly, jelas, without any gunnah, without any what you call, uh, okay, without any gunnah ataupun without any dengung. Okay, so like I said, okay, so actually for idgham shafawi, the other name is idgham misline, or some call mutamasilain. So, and for me, For us, I think we just remember we can call either it is idgham shafawi or idgham Idlan. Okay, so for idgham shafawi, the letter is only mim. The letter mim only. So idgham shafawi occur when there is mim sakinah mid with mim. So that's when idgham shafawi occur. And how we read it is actually we there is gunnah or there is dengung. For example, like Auzubillah minasyaitanir rajim. في قلوبهم مرض في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم مرضا. So في قلوبهم مرض. So the gunnah, the dengung itself is to harakah. Okay, so that's first. Idgham shafawi. There's only one letter which is mim. And then the next letter is the next hukum is ikhfa shafawi. So ikhfa shafawi, the letter is only ba. The letter ba. So how we read it? Also we have gunnah or it should be nun. So for example like وَمَا هُمْ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ وَمَا هُمْ بِمُؤْمِنِينَ. Okay, so you can see that actually for mim sakinah, it is actually three things. The first one is the letter mim, second one is ba, and the third one is the other letter aside from mim and ba. So that is actually the overview about mim sakinah. That's why I put it in one session. And actually for only for idgham shafawi and idgham and ikhfa shafawi, there is gunnah or there is dengung. And for the idhar shafawi, we there is hukum, but actually the way we read it is like there is like no we read it normally. And for example, like you can see uh like am lam tunzirhum So actually like we read it normally. Am lam tunzirhum in kuntum sadiqin. So actually there is hukum there, but like I said, the name itself is Idhar Shafawi. So which means that we read it clearly and there is no gunnah. So I think this is for mim sakinah itself. It is quite it is simpler than nun sakinah because nun sakinah have like 5 categories and each each category have like many letter included. But for this one, like there's only for the first one only one letter, second one letter, and the third one is other than this mim and ba. So that is it.
Okay, Brother Ilan, thank you very much for sharing this slide. So basically, I think for us, easy to remember, we just need to focus on huruf mim and ba. So these two letters, when mixed with mim sakina, is going to be pronounced with dengung or nasal pronunciation. Compared to the other rest of the other majority of letters, we just to make it clear without any added sounds or any additional
Yes.
nasal sound. But if you give, if you look at the examples that you give for idgham mithlain as well, if shafawi, in idgham mithlain example that you share here, there is subdu on the mim. So does it mean that the harakah of the nasal pronunciation is prolonged or longer in idgham mithlain compared to ifat shafawi, or basically we just still pronounce to harakah even though there is subdu on the mim letter.
For this one, we still pronounce it to harakah. It's like actually like it is overlap and both like we both is dengung. So, and the dengung is to harakah only. So, yeah, it is like just to harakah. Even though actually there is two overlap hukum there.
Mhm. Mhm. Is it common for us to find that basically in idgham lain there is subdu on the mim?
Yeah.
Common, all right. Right. Thank you, Buddy Ilan. Yeah. So I think that's it, is it? For the introduction for the hukum of mim sakinah. All right. So for now, we're going to recite on our new verse that we're going to share tonight, which is Surah Al-Baqarah.
Or do we go for the example? Some
Yeah,
example.
going for the example, yeah.
Okay, so there's some example for the first one is Ikhfa Shafawi, which is the mim sakinah mim ithbal. So for example, Auzubillahi minasyaitanir rajim. ومن يعتصم بالله ومن يعتصم بالله. So sim billah. So like the meme letter there is nasalization, there is guna to harkah, and then we continue. Second one, وما هم بخارجين تقيكم بأسكم وهم بدأ وهم بدأكم أنفسكم باتخاذكم. So I think for this one it's quite it's quite because only the letter ba for Ikhwan Shafawi. And then for Ilham Shafawi, okay. So مثلهم معهم مثلهم معهم أجرهم مرتين في قلوبهم مرض وإن كنتم مرضى. So this one also like Mim Sakinah make this the letter names. So the thing that we need to remember is there is gunnah or nasalization when for these two hukum. And then for Izhar Shafawi, for example, for this one, first one, في أموالهم حق في أموالهم حق. It isn't that like we guna like في أموالهم. No, there is no guna. في أموالهم حق أم جعلوا كأمثال لعلكم تتقون. So let's say for Idlan Shafawi itself, like actually the way we read it, like we read it normally like big, but actually there is hukum there, but the hukum itself no added sound, and that's why the sound itself is like we read it normally. So for Mim Sakinah, actually the first two that is important for us because there is actually added sound which is one lah. But for Idhar Shfawi itself, like we just remember that other than Mim and Ba, so the other letter is Idhar Shfawi. So I think that's for the example. So we go next to the
Yeah, Brother Ilan, sorry, can we go to the last slide just now, in the previous slide?
okay.
So I can see that from this example of Isa Shafawi Hukum, Mim Sakinah for Isa Shafawi also can happen in one kalimah. So either is made between two kalimah or one kalimah. So is it apply to Efat Shafawi and Diram Shafawi as well? Meaning that the Hukum Mim Mati meets Ba or Mim can also happen in one kalimah?
It's
Okay,
it can
right.
occur in the separate kalimah or in one
Yeah,
kalimah.
all right.
Both.
But if we make a revision on hukum nun sakinah, for idgham ma'al ghunah, it should be between two kalimah, right? For nun sakinah, idgham ma'al ghunah, it should not be in one kalimah, right? All right, thank you very much, Brother Idlan. So we're going to recite verses from Al-Quran. So we're already covering we already covered Surah Al-Waqi'ah and also Surah Al-Mulk last time. So now we're going to discuss, we're going to branch into Surah Al-Baqarah, the second surah in Al-Quran. So we're going to recite today and tonight until verse number 10, right, Brother Ilan?
I think for tonight until
Verse
verse
number
number
5.
5.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Dr. Shaiful. So I think it is a good recitation, and actually I don't have any comment for any comment.
Thank you very much, Brother Idlan. Maybe we can hear your recitation for these verses. Thank you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون.
Thank you very much, Brother Idlan. So now I think we open the opportunity to our viewers and our participants to recite this common verse from Surah Al-Baqarah, which I think we recite it quite often in our zikir and sometimes in our ma'surahs, in our occasionally we recite this common verse from Surah Al-Baqarah. So anyone would like to try of reciting these verses from Surah Al-Baqarah? All right, so I think to summarize our discussion tonight, so this is another hukum. I think the name of the hukum is quite similar to hukum nun sakinah. But this one have no hukum on the tanwin. It's just on hukum on the mim sakinah. and basically it's involved hukum of izhar, ikhfa and idgham. Izhar itself meaning that we need to make it clear. So whenever there is a mim sakinah, means any huruf other than letter ba or mim, so we need to pronounce it clear without any additional dengung. For the mim mati means huruf ba or huruf mim, we need to make it dengung with 2 harakah. So it can happen either is the meeting of the huruf occur in one kalimah or even between 2 kalimah. Right, so Alhamdulillah, I think we managed to cover all the main hukum, Idlan, since our first session until tonight. So, sad to inform that our last session for this season 1, 2023 will be on next week. Inshallah, same on Wednesday night. There will be the last session for our discussion on Hukum Tajwid in Al-Quran. And I really hope that with this continuous session since session number 1 until session number 14, inshallah, next week, we have indirectly improved our own recitation in terms of Tajwid, and we have inculcate a motivation, already increased the motivation of our viewers as well as our participants to recite Al-Quran regularly, frequently, with correct Hukum Tajwid. And inshallah, I would like to announce that for 2024, we're going to have another similar session, but this will focus later on the Taranum. Because I think we've covered the Tajwid, so now we make it more improvement in terms of the music of it in reciting Al-Quran. So it's going to be how is our Taranum with that recitation. So with that, I would like to congratulate to Idlan, my Tajwid sharer, for being with us until this session until tonight, and inshallah for next session next week. May Allah bless you for your kindness and also your patience with me and with this session. And inshallah, we're going to collaborate in future if we have the opportunity again. So going to be again next week, inshallah, Brother Idlan. With that, we end our session tonight with Surah Al and Tasbih Kifarah. Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Inshallah, we're going to meet next week.
Together.